Now here is part 2 of the bow build series where I am building my Bowtech Fanatic. For this video, I'm going to show how to put on a nocking point, where I put it, how to tie a D-loop, and how to tie in a peep. I put the bottom of the bow square about halfway on the burger hole. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the top of my bottom nock point right at the 0. Now that I have my first knot tied on the front, then I'm going to go to the back and tie a knot. And then I go back to the front and tie a knot. I do left over right. And what I'll do is I'll have 4 knots on the front and 4 knots on the back. So once I have 4 knots on the front, 4 knots on the back, I have my 4th knot tied on the back. I did left over right, so now I'll do right over left on the same knot, and then I'll do left over right again. And then what I'll do is I'll cut it with a little bit of length on it so it has something to burn, and then burn it. And that's the bottom nock. So first step, fluff. And then melt. Smash it against the side of the lighter. And there you go. Alright, so after you get your end melted, you're going to come to the front side. Here's the melted end. Front side. Go around the back, over the top, then come around the back side, through the hole. That's your top knot. After you have your top knot, you're going to go below the bottom nocking point, around the back of the string, through the hole, and then go down around the front, around the back, and then through the hole. And that gives you your bottom knot. So now I can adjust the length of this, and you have to remember, once you melt it, you will have to tighten it down. It will get a little bit longer. So I'm gonna cinch it down about right there, and then I'm gonna cut a little bit and leave a little bit because you just have to fluff it. So now you're gonna fluff this side, and then let it melt, and then smash it like that. Now I have my Easton nocking tool, and then you'll just squeeze it. I don't do it too tight yet until I have the peep sight in there, and then I'll tighten it down so the D-loop and peep sight will line up. So my first step to tying in the peep is using B500 string material, and then I'm gonna start by going through the string, get it about even on both ends, and then I'm gonna slide it up on the right side. Then I'm gonna tie a knot, a very tight knot. So after I get a knot on the right side, I'm gonna come to the left side. Once again, I'll put the top through the string, and then I'll put the bottom through the string around the peep. Then I'm gonna tie another knot, and very tight. So there's a knot on that side. Then I'm gonna come to the around the peep again to the top, tie a really tight knot, and then I'll go around to the back of it and tie a knot like that. The opposite, tie a knot, and then the way you usually do it. I got it. Then melt it. Like that. So that's the first step to tying in my peep. So I also tie in above and below it. So how you do this, you go through the string, lay that flat, and then wrap it around that tag end. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you lift up that tag end and then do 1, 2, and then so you have this on this side, the tag end goes on the other side, and then you wrap through this loop. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you lay it, and then you start wrapping around, and then you pull the tag in tight. Now I like to move it down while I pull. Some pliers, wrap it around, and then pull it tight. Do that to both ends. And then you'll cut it and burn it. And you do that also to the bottom. So lastly, when I get this all tied in, I mark my peep on the top side and the bottom side like that. So when I'm at a tournament, I can see if my peep has moved at all, and that is really important. That's it for part 2, which was putting the knock point on, D-loop, and tying in the peep sight. The next video, which is coming out soon, is going to be rest tuning, which will be one whole video. Look out for the next video. It'll be coming out soon, and it's going to be a good one. Up here, go to archeryauction.com where you can buy and sell your archery equipment.